Amid his abuses, I prepared my greatest revenge. Yes, I married a man who raped and beat me thousands of times. That bastard had no mercy, my friend. The beatings, just remembering them, fill me with a burning hatred inside. Can you believe he broke all my fingers on our wedding night? That worm broke them one by one, like dry twigs snapping. He said it was to make me understand who was in charge. I was 15, he was 47. I still remember the sound of the bones breaking and the pain running up my arm like a flame. I didn't cry, not in front of him. That night I learned that tears only gave satisfaction to the monster, and it was there, feeling my fingers go limp while he snored contentedly, that I swore one day he would pay for every broken bone, every bruise, every night of terror. My name is Cleta Maria Valentini. I am 82 years old, just a few months ago. I live here in Castellina in Chianti, where I was born, in this stone house with a small garden I care for with love. The neighbors know me as Grandma Cleta, the widow of Count Adriano Valdieri, mother of 3 college-educated children, grandmother of 7 grandchildren. But before all that, I was the girl who married the most powerful and feared count in the region. I still have a yellowed photo of the wedding. Anyone who looks into my eyes in that picture is struck. They are empty. He, imposing, his hand on my shoulder, like someone holding a young mare, that was what I was to him. Another thing to use until exhaustion. Think what a disgusting man. We spend years crossing paths with the same people, without knowing what they carry in their hearts. Every marked face has a story to tell. Mine, my friend, is blood-chilling. This little house today seems normal, modest but clean. I polish the antique furniture every week. Always a fresh flower in the living room, hot coffee for whoever comes to visit me. My children say I should move somewhere more convenient, but this is my corner of peace after so much pain. I raised my children here with overflowing love. There's one thing that never changes. That wooden radio in the living room, it stays on day and night. Many find it strange, but silence frightens me. In the silence, I can still hear his steps climbing the stairs, the belt being removed, the whispered words. Better to leave the radio on. The day I agreed to marry him was the same day I swore he would pay. I was still a girl. I didn't even know what a real marriage was. I had only seen pain. My mother in bed coughing up blood from tuberculosis, the count promising treatment in Arezzo if I behaved, if I accepted to be his wife. What choice did I have? While saying yes in that chilling ceremony inside, I made another vow. Every humiliation would be noted, every blow remembered. One day, the debt would be paid. Look at my right hand, the crooked fingers. They never healed properly. The pinky was the first he broke. During the second beating, he broke another finger. He liked breaking the small parts of the body, said it was so I could continue to serve without it showing I was hurt. Finger bones, a rib, a wrist, never anything that would prevent me from cooking or cleaning the house. But these same crooked fingers learned many things over time. Hiding documents, handling a rifle if necessary, counting money. It all started when I was just a girl working on the estates of San Gimignano, daughter of a laundress and a sharecropper, simple and honest people. My father believed education was the only way out of that life. He taught me letters with charcoal on the walls, always saying, "Knowledge is the only thing no one can steal from you, Cleta." He didn't know that even that the count would try to take from me. What I learned from my father stayed inside me. It was the seed that sprouted even in the darkness. I will never forget the day the count first came to our house. I was about 11. My father had recently died in a field accident, they said, but everyone knew it was because he dared to challenge the count. My mother was already sick, working spitting blood. The count started visiting our home, bringing food and medicine. He would sit at our table and look at me with those snake eyes. That was what he wanted to do to me. At first, it was just the look. Then a caress on the head, a touch along the neck, the back. My mother saw, but what could she do? She was too weak. When I turned 14 and my mother was near the end, he made the proposal, coming proudly into our house with the dirt floor, took off his hat, and spoke as if doing the greatest favor in the world. I will marry the girl, take the lady for treatment in Arezzo, give both a dignified life. My mother, desperate, grabbed his hand, thanking him as if he were God. That night, when he left, My mother hugged me weakly and whispered in my ear, "First survive, my daughter, then take revenge." The night before the wedding, I took a rag doll from under the old mattress, made a small hole in the seam, and pulled out a kitchen knife. She gave it to me secretly. "Always keep it close. Learn to wait for the right moment. The most dangerous snake is the one you don't see." It was the last gift I received from her. The next day, I was already pushed into the main house, wearing a white dress that belonged to the Count's first wife, a poor girl who died of fever years before. There are things one never forgets. That day, the wedding day, the priest, drunk, didn't even look at me. The peasants forced to smile, to throw rice. The Count's heavy hand on my arm dragging me inside, and what came after, there are no words to describe it. I was a scared girl. I knew nothing of life. He was a monster. When he finished what he wanted, the lesson began. He broke my fingers one by one, saying it was to teach me who was in charge. That wedding photo is the only one I have from that period. I keep it to not forget. I show it to my grandchildren when they complain, "Look into the eyes of that girl. If I survive that, you can endure anything." I was also marked by other humiliations, like the Count's birthday party. Almost 2 years had passed. I had learned to lower my head, say, "Yes, sir," serve in silence. That day, the house was full of important people. He drank too much, and in front of everyone started boasting about how he saved me from misery, laughing loudly, telling how to tame a wild mare. It was the first time I felt shame and anger mix inside me. That night, while he slept drunk, I took my mother's little knife in hand. I could have ended him then, but I didn't. I understood that death would have been too small a punishment. I had to make him feel every little pain he made me endure. The girl I was died that night. Died. Meanwhile, my life was hell, every day repeating itself. Serve, clean, endure. The Count often received guests, politicians, magistrates, judges. He forced me to serve at the table and humiliate myself in front of everyone. "Come here, tell the friends how I saved you from misery." And I had to pretend gratitude while inside I burned. The only light in that darkness was visits to my mother in memory, and Drusilla, the old cook who taught me about herbs, shortcuts on the estate, who could be an ally, who was a snake like the Count. With her, I planned everything, writing every night every detail. His habits, conversations, fears, everything that could be useful one day. The day the debt would be paid. That day came years later. But that is another story. Now I live here, widowed, surrounded by my children and grandchildren. The house is clean, bright, a radio always on, because silence reminds me of who I was and who I defeated. I survived, and that broken girl inside me today tells anyone who listens that even the greatest pain can turn into strength. So, this is my story, my friend. Everything I endured, everything I learned, every broken bone and every withheld tear has become part of the woman I am today. So subscribe to the channel, comment, share, and make my story known to those who need to hear that strength can arise even from the deepest pain.